Then if they say you're in your period and then your man has like, ordered some, now these IG ladies, they have some package with some sweets, some snacks, sanitary pads. It's cute.
When you are menstruating, when you cook, you won't eat. It's not like I'm going to dip the pad in the food.
So I got into the bathroom and then she peed. When she peed, then there was a chunk of like blood after the pee. I almost threw up. I was disgusted.
Period blood is not a dirty blood. I think it's something that people need to know.
Yeah. I thought I would die because you know what happened? The ulcer pain merged with the period cramps.
Is it related to feeling honey during that time?
Yeah.
Like that.
I just want to say that if Auntie Midwife has missed the period for 3 days, she's like, who am I? Who am I? Ordinary person. Welcome to Spill the Tea, sis, with Abena Pacey. This show is proudly brought to you by Marie Stopes International Ghana. Now, this particular topic is the topic that most people text Marie Stopes asking about. I missed my period. What happened? Usually you know. But today, my guest and I, we're about to, dissect the topic. Misread, period wahala. What happens? What makes you miss your period? What is your period even about? And we have some experts in the house. So I'll let my guests introduce themselves and then we delve right in. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, introduce yourself to us.
So I'm Atake Henrietta. I'm with Marie Stopes Ghana. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Nakita.
I'm also Hazel Odramponsa. I'm also with Marie Stopes. Actually, I'm a midwife.
Yes, she's the expert in the house. So all the questions, all the teas, she will spill it for us. So before we start even talking about it, do you think that like in a part of the world like Ghana, people are skeptical a bit when it comes to talking about their periods? Do you think these are issues that young girls find it's very uncomfortable to talk about?
Yeah, a lot. Because I do a lot of community engagement and school engagement. And with my interactions with young people, talking about menstruation is very difficult. Because most of them feel it's something that you don't have to talk about it, but you can have it. And even with guys, when they get to know girls are menstruating, they act weird. Like in the class, they make fun of them. So it's natural, but it's not something that we can comfortably talk about in our parts of the world.
Have you ever been in any situation where, like the instance you just gave, where in the classroom you are in a mixed school and then someone's period is in and then the guys see it and, have you ever been in a situation where you had to creatively come up with something so that people don't see that, this is the situation?
Not necessarily, but I remember an engagement in the north.
Spill the tea.
It was World Menstrual Hygiene Day, and I was giving the talk, so it was a mixed class. So there was a boy sitting beside a schoolgirl. So I was sharing pad, and the girl was just holding the pad, and the guy was trying to shift because he didn't want the pad to touch him. So one of the teachers prompted me, look at what is happening. So I asked the guy, what is it? And he was like, nah, he's holding a pad. And he feels pad is something filthy because we use it to collect blood. So he doesn't want the pad to touch him. So at that instance, I had to explain to the class that menstrual blood is not filthy and it's not a dirty blood. It is something that we experience because fertilization didn't take place, pregnancy didn't take place. So at that instance, he got it. That
he got the message.
I have to respect a woman. The fact that she's menstruating doesn't mean she's dirty.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Kita, the way I'm spying you, you have something to say.
Do I?
There's a tea you want to spill?
Not really. It's just that type of embarrassment that comes with having your menstruation. And also there's an excitement attached to it. I remember when back in JHS, before your period, girls are like, you don't have my period, and you don't even have it, but then it's just that excitement. But then when it comes to the guys, when it comes to like someone else getting to know about it, like the opposite sex, you're like, it's embarrassing. But then amongst the girls, we are excited about it. That's something I realized, that we want to have it, but then we don't want the opposite sex to know about it, because they'll probably think it's yuck, like it's, But then I think it's life, and we are getting used to it. I think we never get used to it, because every month you experience something new about your period. Yeah, and you never get used to it. I mean, the cramping and all of that, you just want it to end.
Yeah, but just as we also want it to end, and sometimes we wish, like, you're praying, no, I don't even want to have my period. When you miss it,
I know that feeling.
Hey, it's crazy. And then immediately, like, you start praying, God, I beg, God, please, God, don't do this again. Because you knew what you did. That's the reason why the period is not coming. Exactly. And we pray, God, I beg, God, I'm praying, God, please. Then immediately it comes, unto the Lord. It's crazy, because that makes me realize that in as much as this comes with a lot of, issues and all of that, we actually look forward to seeing it every single month. Because if you don't, asemaba, our midwife would, take us somewhere.
I'm actually a mom, so I remember after having my first child, I think I resumed my menses after 8 months. I remember every month I was doing a pregnancy test. I always walk into the scan room and call my friend, Charlie, I'm here, come and do a scan for me, because I'm scared it's not coming. And that's feeling, it's never nice to experience it when you are expecting it and it's not coming. It's really, it makes you think a lot, and you have so many mixed feelings. Yeah, and actually, I also remember the story about talking about how it feels when you're having your menses, and then sometimes you want to hide it from people. I normally have my kids when I'm bathing; they're around me. So when you're in your menses, they'll come and, "Mommy, what's that red thing coming?" It makes it, you don't know how to, because they are kids, you don't know how to explain to them. And I have my girl; she's 2 years and a half. She's now placing pad or panty, like when she finds it, she places it in her panty and then she'll put it on. Mommy, see, I was a dancer. And it's so fun. It's so fun.
That's crazy.
And you see at 2 years doing that, it makes it, it's fun. She's learning something because you are explaining to them. So it makes it fun when you have it. Yeah.
Interesting. And then what I want you to, because you are the expert here, what I want you to tell us about is the reason why people miss their periods. Sometimes they are not pregnant. We know that it's not only pregnancy that makes people miss their period. So please tell us something. Just inform us, educate us.
So you missing your menses, it's not always about you having sex, unprotected sex. It's mostly on you being under stress, because stress-related issues can equally push or make the cycle a little, it changes. So under stress, you're not eating well, healthy diet, that too can, even if you're anemic, it can even push that period or make the flow change.
It can delay and change your cycle.
Delay that. Wow. So it takes a whole lot of things to come into place before you can have the menses. So it's not always about you having sex and then you feel, I didn't have an unprotected sex. So you are so scared that you are pregnant. It could be so many things. I quite remember when I changed my duty. I used to be on the field. And this year I was brought to the office to work as a telemedicine midwife. When I came to the office, I delayed my first month. That was in February of this month. I delayed my menses for I think 3 days, and I told my husband, I think I'm pregnant. And he he was like, are you serious with me? Because he doesn't want to hear that you're pregnant again because you just have a child with 1 year.
Yes.
So he's like, are you serious with me? I'm like, yes, I think I've lost my menses. And it was a whole mood in the house because we are all thinking that I've lost, but we saw that it was the change of environment, the food I'm eating, the kind of job I'm doing. Maybe I'm under stress because now I need to wake up very early and then come to work, get home late and all that. So many things are factors that can delay your menses.
Okay, me, I just want to say that if Auntie Midwife has missed the period for 3 days, she's like, who am I? Who am I? Ordinary person. Not to be worried. Because you never know, especially if you know that, you understand. You've been active. You've been active. You're being shaken.
I know, right?
But let's also talk about menstrual stigma. Like in this modern Ghana, in this part of the world, sometimes it's not even some villages, in some places somewhere, people still see menstruation as a dirty thing. People still attach some stigma to it. Do you understand? There are things that you don't need to do, you don't have to do when you are in your period. They are absurd. Like, what do you think about it?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily absurd because for some religion, if you're menstruating, you can't pray, you can't cook, and that's their religious belief that you have to respect it. Okay, because you don't know where they are coming from to get to that conclusion.
Where are they coming from? That's the thing.
I don't know. So I just have to respect the person's religion because we all have things we believe in and respect, right? So, yeah.
Well, who am I?
Well, I would say there was this. I had a friend. He's a twin. And anytime I'm in my period, he tells me not to come close to him. And I don't know why till now.
That's new.
Yeah.
Twin.
Yeah.
Why would...
I don't know.
Let me keep quiet.
So it's I don't know. I think there are so many weird reasons why people see menstruation as something.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Till now, honestly, I don't know why.
I think Kita's explanation just got me to remember
Please.
a friend
Spill it,
who also had that weird thinking, like when you are menstruating, when you cook, he won't eat. Like, I'm like, it's not like I'm going to dip the pad in the food.
Yes, because it doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't. But I don't know if it's related to being a twin.
I don't think so, because
Okay.
Yeah,
it has got nothing to do with being a twin.
It's because he's a twin. That is why I'm emphasizing on the twin.
Atta.
So I don't know if it's
not really. I don't think so. Maybe
so there
where
are
he
actually
comes
men
from.
like that who just don't want to get close
Some
to
people
women.
have
Where
these
he
traditional
comes from,
beliefs. I
yeah.
can remember I was walking in my neighborhood one day, and then I entered a home, and I was doing my national service. That was it, yeah. So we were going for home visits. So I was doing my public health at that time. So we're going for home visit, and we entered the house. I think when we're entering the house, just in front of the house was painted red. So we entered the house, and the woman asked us that, is anybody in her menses? And we were like, no, we are not in our menses. We are just doing home visits. And she was like, okay, fine. And we asked her, why? Because he says this place is a traditional home. Yeah. So if you are in your menses, you don't just enter. They have to do some things for you. So even if you're in the house as a female and then you have your menses, I think there are some things that they do for you to cleanse you.
Yeah.
Is that necessary?
That's the traditional.
Like, I want to ask, is there like evidence to prove something?
I even remember, like at times, like even their palace, even when you are walking and then you should even step on the. I was just walking and then there was this car passing. I didn't get anywhere to stand, so I just jumped to the how do I put it?
Sacred part.
Just just a small place to stand just in front of the person. A man just shouted, "No, ladies, don't." I just got scared. I was just shaking. What is happening? No, ladies, don't stand here because you have your menses. I was like, what? So should I stand there for the car to
Maybe that's better. When you die, you go explain to God.
So it's very serious. It's very, very serious when you go to the traditional setting.
So did you do something? Did you do anything?
I just walked away. The way he even shouted at me, I was very scared. Like I was very nervous. To the extreme of even telling you that you cannot, you will not even get pregnant.
Hey,
and I had 2 babies after that.
Oh, it's a intro.
And
They believe
it's mostly
it.
when you believe it,
Yeah.
it can work.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, though. You know, when you don't believe something,
And the fact that you don't, maybe it's God who came through for her. The fact that you don't believe that,
and maybe I think I didn't know.
Maybe it really wasn't anything.
But sometimes if you know and then you do
it,
it, I think if God does not come in, you're
crazy because me, I've not heard these things before.
Oh yes, it's
things
in
are
my it's my
happening.
neighborhood.
Crazy
It's-
things
it's
that are
there.
happening in terms of
Where
social
did you go?
rights.
Where's the place? Where's the name of the place?
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know.
It's a Mampong.
Mampong.
The Ekwapim Mampong.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's from the Ekwapim land. They have that. Yes, because they do believe in those things a lot.
Great.
They said, though, they said, the other gender, the men, they said that when we are having our period, we like to crave things and usually me, I like to tell them that it's not me, it's the system that is changing.
Yeah.
It's my body that wants to eat this, wants to eat that. Please let them know that I'm not the one that is lying, but it's a thing. We are all here. We all experience it. Please let them know. What are some cravings that you feel for when you are in
Me personally, because of cramps, I don't eat like almost the whole day when I'm in the first day of my menses. I don't eat. As soon as I take in food, anything heavy, I will be having stomach upset for the whole day. So what I normally eat is yogurt. That's the only thing I can eat the whole day.
Sir.
Yes. So it depends on the individual. Some people might have want to eat heavy. Some people also like to do light things. So if we are craving for those things at that time, please pamper us. Because you are going through a lot. There is cramps. There is this. Normally I don't even feel like doing anything. I like to lie in the bed for the whole day.
I understand you perfectly. And then if say you're in your period and then your man has ordered some. Now these IG ladies, they have some package with some sweets, some snacks, sanitary pads. It's cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
And if you get a man that is treating you like that during your period, you understand princess treatment like that. Yeah, listening to us. I'm telling you, please, when it gets to that time, have patience. Pampers, have patience for us. It's just here, 3 days. Will you die?
Normally, during that time, we crave sugary stuff. Personally, like chocolate. Even though you are cramping, you still have the strong urge to eat sweets. Yeah. And I satisfy my cravings anyway. But one thing I don't do is take painkillers during my period, because then it will come every month. Are you going to take painkillers every month?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't take it. What helps me, I eat my sweets and I sleep. It helps me.
It helps.
Yeah. So during my period, I'm mostly slow, and I have this app that tells me how my hormones are, how I'm going to be feeling and all that. So I pay attention to my body. I don't do too much. Yes, and for the cravings, I satisfy them.
Personally, I didn't used to take any medication, and then now when I started working with my stones, now I started taking medications, and then since then, yes, and then it was just as you said. Now you can't stop it because every month
that is what I don't
you
want
would
to do.
you would feel the urge to take it.
That's how
There
the
are some
mind
of
works.
the pain. It's too much.
It's too much.
But
I think mine is bearable.
That's how the mind works. As soon as you start telling your mind, I can't bear the pain anymore, and then you start doing something, you adopt to it.
No, you'd have to do it.
So
all the time.
if maybe from the beginning you can deal with it bit by bit, maybe some hot water bottles placed on the abdomen, just like that. If the pain becomes worse, now I think you can go in for. But it shouldn't be something that every month, because I started, you take
You know,
It becomes part of you and you can't stop.
we are girls here, but how we all feel when we are menstruating is very different.
Yeah.
There are people who can handle the pain, like her, and there are some that if you don't take something, I tell you, you can't do anything.
It's crazy.
Some people even do vomit and all that. Yes.
I'm a very bubbly person always, but the moment you see me moody, just know I'm in my period. Because that day, I won't even smile. I'll go to the office and my face is all down because I can't handle the pain. And there is no way I'm going to let the pain control me. I will control that pain. And yes, I will. I'll just take something to
Because
make me feel
it can be very...
You are going down, up and down.
Yeah.
And you are going to sit there for pain to control you, sis. No, don't do that.
Like when you see someone coming, you are just pissed.
You know?
Like your face is giving you resting bitch.
Yeah, the mood swings. The mood swings are real.
Yeah, the mood swings are
I
very
think
real.
most of the time the guys think we are exaggerating, but they don't really know. It's a thing. So me, I really tell you, hey, this time just handle my mood swings because it's real.
Yeah, I really wish
They can go through a bit of it.
that there is a device, right? That you can yes. I wish one guy that would
every man
you, do
should
you
go through
understand?
that.
I really,
You just-
I don't
you
even
just-
think
you
they'll
just
feel it.
grab
I just
them.
want them to
You just
switch
grab
bodies
them.
so they just
buy
feel
that
it.
app, buy that device, grab them, and then let them feel it a little. I saw some videos of those on like TikTok, and then
men doing that.
you see the lady has the same device, the man also has it,
They can handle
and the
it.
level is like level 4, and they're already screaming. I'm like, yo, this is what we've been going through every single month, and then you think I'm exaggerating? Why?
That's why they say girls are stronger than boys because
They think it's by carrying macho. They think it's like carrying heavy metals.
That's
what
not
they think.
strength. I mean, we are talking about emotional capacity.
Do you understand?
Your ability to handle pain.
I know.
We do it every month.
Yeah.
Because there was an issue on Twitter. Was it early this year or maybe last year? I think so. A girl died, and then I think when people were asking the cause of death, and then someone said she used to have like serious menstrual cramps, and then that particular time it became unbearable. And I'm like, now cramps can kill you.
You should have visited any of our clinics.
But right now you can't even tell if she was seeking medical attention or not, because that was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like, and I'm like, it's not that we exaggerate these pains, but sometimes
even the pain can even let your BP go up.
Imagine.
Yes. The pain, if you are in pain, your BPs are rising, so it could even result in that. So,
but is it really possible that she died
out of the menstrual
She was
maybe
going
there
through
were some
something else.
complications, or she took some, or anything. But I really don't know if menstrual cramps could cause
It's serious. So
like
it was serious,
Yeah.
because sometimes I have some pain here that they said the doctors they said it's awesome. Me, I don't believe that it's awesome. But maybe the way I said me I say awesome. But like
also pains are always at the upper upper
like
part. Yes,
the pain
it's
is
just at the-
serious. It's severe. Sometimes when it happens, I feel like I'm about to die.
Don't you eat?
You know me now. It's more than
You have ulcer.
anybody.
In my head, I know.
No. Ulcer is not just about food.
Yeah,
The
that's
time you
recently.
eat.
That's what.
The time.
That's
I see.
It's not.
recently.
It's
That's
not
what
that
I
you
learned.
can eat a food.
A whole mountain. Me, if you come and see my jollof, a mountain,
And
mountain
sometimes
of jollof.
when you take a longer time, like maybe in between meals, and then you feel
Yes.
that you've wasted so much time, you just take water.
Water.
Yeah, maybe
the
30
time
minutes
before
before
the
you take in the food.
Because
and
that
spicy
particular
food
that
Yeah.
particular evening, I thought I would die, because you know what happened? The ulcer pain merged with the period
menstrual
cramps.
Oh, sorry for you.
I was gone. I was crying. I said, God, I'm ready. Please take me away.
You're ready.
Are you ready?
Yes, take me away, because it was
she
crazy.
felt like she was going to die.
Hey, it was
The cramp
mad.
itself is worse than
Jesus,
the
it was crazy that evening. Trust me, I didn't think I was going to make it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even lying. I'm not exaggerating,
Thank God
because
for Pacey's life.
hey, you guys would have come to like for a funeral or something.
we won't do that.
because-
We won't do that.
So that evening, I started confessing all my sins. if I've done anything, God, please forgive me. Even the sins I don't know of, please forgive me.
Yeah.
So that when I sleep and I don't wake up, at least I know Anya cry,
sins
single
are
room
forgiven.
single room self-contained in heaven, because it's not a joke. One of the things I'm scared of in this world is like to die without knowing where I'm going to. You've bragged that you're a Christian, now you're going to hell. Satan will steal you and lash you more than anybody. It's just,
And
it's
there's
just
this cramp
crazy.
you feel in your butthole. I don't know if anybody feels
Yeah, I
that.
hear
During
people
your
talk
period.
about it, but
Like sometimes when you're on the WC, it's like you have to suspend in the air. Also, it's not just me.
Oh yes. At first, I thought I was the only one experiencing that until I talked about it to a friend. It was like, yes,
crazy.
I also felt like, whoa.
Like you can't sit, you can't stand, and then you're just like suspending there.
thank you,
And you're
Jesus.
feeling it in your butthole and
I'm not in
in
your
your
group.
abdomen. Oh,
I'm not in your group.
it's
Thank you, Lord.
see. I just
Why you don't experience that?
No,
really.
Whoa.
I don't want to.
It's worse. Like it's
And then I get a running
painful.
stomach for like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
in for the
yeah.
running
Oh,
stomach.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
For like 2 days.
It's
Yeah.
a thing.
Wow.
So if you have a girlfriend, please, during those periods,
Even your mothers, your sisters.
Oh yeah.
Pamper
You just
us.
have to.
Your
Pamper
daughters.
us.
Hey sis, do you have a busy schedule? Did you know you can speak with a health provider at the comfort of your home for all fertility and pregnancy options? Give us a call on 0800 208585 or send us a WhatsApp on 0244 208585 to be connected to a health provider.
My mom had one of her apprentices, and I was very young. So I went with her to her house. That was a long time ago. And she was in her period. So she entered the washroom and she asked me to stand behind the door. I didn't listen. So I was like, no, I want to follow you. So I got into the bathroom and then she peed. When she peed, then there was a chunk of like blood after the pee. I almost threw up. I was disgusted. That day she was going to cook for us, right? And she was going to I called my mom and I told my mom that this is what I saw and I think she's very dirty. My mom was like, no, she's in her period and it's normal and I shouldn't. But ever since then, I started seeing the woman some type of way.
Different way.
I don't know. But anytime I saw her, the only thing that comes into mind is that incident. Until I started having my period and I realized how normal it was. Yes. So
But that explains how then the guys feel about it, because even you as a lady,
then I didn't have
young,
knowledge, but I feel like now they do. We teach this in class, and I was really young. I was very small.
I mean, there are a lot of classes that does not teach young boys. When it gets to menstruation, they'll let the
allow
boys
you
go
go
to a
out.
different...
This modern standard.
It's crazy.
Even when you go to schools to do education, they will tell you,
for the
if it's
girls.
about menstruation, it's for the girls, unless you insist that they should let the boys
be there.
sit in the class. They'll let them go because it's a girl's thing, not a boy's thing.
So I think that it's about high time that we talk a lot about it, especially if you have boys in the house. We just have to. So the moms, we have to start doing that.
Please do.
So we just have to talk about it in the house so that they also know that this is how your sister is feeling, especially when you are home and then your sister is not feeling well. You ask your you're in the house, so why is she not feeling well? Make it known to the boy. It's because your sister is in her menses. She's going through this. I think when he starts getting it from that age, when he's into a relationship, he will be able to understand the woman or the lady better. When he gets married, I think he will continue doing that. So it's about time we call all the men on board and then take them through everything.
And even to add to that, even the girls, our parents don't talk to us about menses, even before we get it.
Yeah.
Because I remember for me, I had my menses for 3 months without my big sister knowing it. Because I was staying with her. I felt it was something bad. I felt I had been raped when I woke up in the... a whole lot of things were going through my mind. So I think it's about time that parents engage their little girls. Even before the girl menstruates, talk to them about menstruation. the fact that you're talking to them about menstruation doesn't mean they are going to be bad girls. It's just for them to know what is happening to their body when they get it, so that they can feel comfortable about it.
In a case where parents do not talk about it with their children, and they should learn it from outside, they might learn it in a good way. They might also learn it in a bad way. I was in a boarding house when I was 5 years old, so I spent almost from my childhood to JSS, I've always been in a boarding house until I got to SS. My mom was like, so come and stay home and learn Fienya. So I started learning how to cook when I was in the SS. So I actually had my menses. My mom didn't even know I've had my menses. So I learned it from school. I see people putting pad there. And then I also started learning until I told my school mom, this is what I'm going through. And then she started giving me pad and all that. Until my mom came to visit and she told my mom that your girl has had a menses. So I think it's high time. If my mom, although I'm in a boarding, I see people doing it. Yeah. I think if she told me in the house, maybe there were certain things that she would have given me, some points, some gist and all that. I think I would have learned better.
Yeah. Let's also talk about the little stories they add to it immediately you get your period, because they'll call you and tell you. I remember my mom called me. My mom there, she's queen of drama. The way she would called me, said, you see, now that you've had your period, if you go close to a guy, you get pregnant. Yeah. If a guy calls you and talks to you, you get pregnant. If you start, being too touchy with a guy, you get pregnant. So imagine me, Curious George. Imagine that I go and stand close to a guy, I didn't get pregnant. I go and talk to him, I didn't get pregnant. Okay, maybe you are lying. So do you understand? So the real thing will be there. Yeah. And then there was this... at Mary Stopes one time, we were having this discussion, and then one of the facilitators was telling us a story about, similar to what I'm just saying. The girl went to school. Before she was going to boarding school, the father called her and told her that this is so funny. Father called her and told her that as you are going, if you allow any guy to sleep on top of you, you get pregnant. So guess what? When she came back home, the daddy asked her, what I spoke to you about before going, did you do it? He said yes. And he didn't allow the guy to sleep on top of me. But I slept on top of
just to avoid the pregnancy.
So he says she didn't sleep on.
Yeah.
So no, I rather slept on top of him. So just be straightforward, and just say that this is what you need to know. This is what you need to do. Because if you don't do that, then
somebody will do that.
Somebody else,
let me just chip this in. Yeah. This story is about sleeping on top. You not mentioning the right word. Thing, I was on the ward one day, and one boy has gotten a burns on his leg. So the mother was about to feed him, and then the mother has told him that his penis is crab. So like koto in the normal trees, and so koto. So when the mother was about it, there was crab like waiting bangu and oko. There was crab inside. So the boy asked his mother, "Ma, like in tree, what they are there? Like what is it?" And the mom said, "It's crab." He said, "I me crab in it." And they were like, "I me cotton in it." So we see a cotton. It's so funny. Now the mom has to explain to the boy that this is your penis.
Yes.
But I don't think there is anything wrong telling your child this is a penis, this is a vagina.
Yeah, but in Africa,
what's wrong with
saying the right word? I don't know if it's a problem.
They feel like that would actually bring more damage than actually the lies that they tell us, and that's crazy. It doesn't even make sense.
When they realize you are lying to them, like that is it.
For them to
they don't even come to you to tell their issues.
Yeah. They will not listen to anything that you are saying again. I have some questions here. Some people want to know. When should you take like a pregnancy test?
A pregnancy test can be taken after 3 weeks. If you ovulated and then you've had intimacy, during that time you can get pregnant. So after the 2 weeks for you to have your menses, the next week you can even do a pregnancy test. So that will make up the 3 weeks.
So that's like 2 weeks after unprotected sex. Or 3 weeks after
3 weeks. So 2
sex.
weeks, let's make it 3 weeks. Because at that time, the hormones of the pregnancy have started. Yeah.
Okay, I want to understand this.
Yeah.
What if I was supposed to get my menses next week, like, or within the next 4 days?
Yeah.
I had sex today. Does it still mean it will take 3 weeks before?
No. If you are going to have your menses next week,
Within
within next
4 days,
week,
yeah.
and you have sex, you can't get pregnant because the
there's a
ovulation period has
possibility.
passed.
So I'm in my
It's
free
your-
period.
You are in your
I
free
can
period. You have
enjoy
like
sex
yes.
without.
After your ovulation, you have like 2 weeks to enjoy.
But you
Unless
know,
it's a
people
stubborn
still
sperm.
don't know this thing, and even after their ovulation, they will
Yeah.
still go and take EC, thinking, "Oh, I'm having sex. I'm going to get pregnant." So
Yeah, they don't know. That's
Yeah.
You have a free period. Even after your menses, it depends the number of days you have your menses. If you are 7 days, you don't normally have a free day. But if you are like 4,
5,
3,
We are the
5,
bosses.
you have like 2 days. That is free period. But you should also remember the sperm can last 5 days.
Stubborn.
So
That's
if you think you have free
stubborn.
period after your menses,
Say not
you
today.
should calculate.
You dey lie.
You should calculate. The sperms are always there waiting for the eggs to release.
Yes,
so
and-
it depends on the number of days that
And
you have
some
your
people
menses.
also think that there are some people. There was someone that a guy that challenged me. I work with a health facility, a health organization. Challenged me. That is when you are ovulating, that emergency pills work the most. And I'm telling him that the work of the emergency pill is supposed to delay the ovulation. So if the ovulation
has already taken place.
yeah,
I always tell myself that maybe the emergency pill, if you know you are going to ovulate, I think you should even take it before sex, so that it will start working.
yes,
Because if you don't have it at home, and then you have intimacy, the next morning you're not coming to bath, walk to the pharmacy to go and
Go
buy.
buy it.
We don't know
fast connection.
Is it the after pill? Do they have before pills and after
No, we
pill?
don't have it's after pill. Because what I'm saying is that if you are not sure of yourself and maybe you had intimacy that evening and then you ovulate that evening, the next morning for you to go and buy the pill and
will
come
not
and
work.
pregnancy has taken place.
So what she's saying is, if
Me,
you know
don't-
that your ovulation
when
is
you
going
ovulate,
to
just
come,
round the corner.
go and take
it
it first so that it
before
will
you
delay.
even.
Why don't
But
you just protect
majority of
yourself?
women,
They
majority
don't-
of women
hey,
don't know
in
their ovulation.
this
because
generation,
it's
no.
risky.
Protecting
This generation,
yourself
they
as
don't
in
listen.
Using condoms, people don't like it.
Stubborn Academy, they
youth,
don't do it.
Even
They
the
don't.
girls, particularly the girls,
They
the boys
don't-
will tell you that girl no, Michelle condom was on pay.
Yes.
The girls themselves don't like.
So
the
I think if
condoms.
people know this, it will help. And it will even prevent most of the ectopic pregnancies.
Yeah, it's always better if you at least know, so that if you can't abstain, you try and
Yes.
protect yourself.
also go
If
for
you
family
cannot,
planning.
yes.
So you just
Instead
have
of-
to be sure that this time I'm having the intimacy, I am not ovulating anytime soon till the next morning.
Yeah.
Then you can go in and go and buy the pill and take.
So one thing
Yeah.
I've noticed on TikTok recently, septic pregnancy, where you're still in your period but you're pregnant.
Yeah, it happens.
I didn't know it was a thing
Oh, it is.
till like some months back.
Yeah.
And I realized it wasn't just one person, it wasn't two. So I don't know if it's like just this generation or something that is
Oh, it's
It's
been
crazy
there.
because
It's been there. It's been there.
I have also been seeing it.
Sometimes we have one that we call the implantational bleeding. So when you get pregnant, it normally happens when you're about like you get pregnant. Let's say I got pregnant on the 15th of this month. Maybe next month I'm expecting my menses around 14th, 15th, 16th. That you can have that implantational bleeding. You know, the pregnancy takes place somewhere for the baby, fetus to swim into the uterus for it to implant there. So whilst it is implanting, it's just around that time of you having your menses. So it will come, and it's not plenty like your normal menses. It's the color is not also like your normal menses. So when you study, normally when people come around pregnant and confused, you ask them, "No, I had my menses last month too." And you ask them, "Was it the quantity? How was it?" It was so scanty. Did it take that number of days you have your menses? No, it was lesser than your... Then it's an implantational bleeding. But some people actually do have their menses. You know, we have 2 ovaries. So if those are people who are normally fertile,
okay.
very, very fertile. So you have another ovary working somewhere. So the ovaries keeps releasing and then you have menses.
So
I
think those.
So you give birth
Normally that it
towards
doesn't
it.
last long. It's maybe 1 or 2 months and then it stops.
I think those are even outliers because if you take like 10 women, it might be just 1 or 2 of them.
It
who
normally
have
does
such
not happen
cases.
because remember, if you are having your menses, it's the uterine lining that is shedding off. So if there is a baby and you are shedding off the uterine lining, what will happen to the baby? So it doesn't normally happen.
Yes. Another question that I also received was someone asking the reason why they menstruate every time they have sex. Is it that they are bleeding, or is just bleeding after sex, or is there a period that is actually coming? I'm not sure of the question, but is it possible that someone would have their menses every time?
Maybe they are bleeding after sex.
They are bleeding after sex, and they need medical attention. Right?
Yeah, you need medical attention
Or they
because you
just
can't
broke their
have your
virginity.
menses while
You can break your virginity
So,
every
right.
month now.
If you're having sex like every week, you're having your period every week.
week.
Or they,
I
it could
don't- I
be a
actually
medical
don't understand.
condition.
Yeah, it
too.
should be this
It
one. They should come
is.
to us.
They
We help
should
them.
Please come to Mary
Come to
Stokes.
Mary Stokes, we'll help
Come
you.
to Mary Stokes
Because
for
It's
professional
something else.
advice.
It could even be cervical cancer.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because cervical cancer can give you that. So they should come for
So-
screening.
Anytime you have sex, you bleed afterwards. It could be a sign of cervical cancer.
A movie like couples.
Yeah.
Almost expect like they are looking for
Child.
something. Or trying ovulation, but not economy. Or you couldn't the ovulation, not economy now having sex. So ovulation, like he was ovulating on coil, and then they had sex. And then around that moment, now she found out that my husband cheated, and she went out and then she
And had sex with her
another
and
lady,
got
the
pregnant,
other guy
yeah.
again.
I watched
Then
that movie.
like she got pregnant. It was twins. Twins, no,
One is
for
for
the
another
husband,
man.
one is
Oh yeah, yes, it happens. It happens a lot because it's nowadays coming up. It's just like having an artificial insemination.
Okay.
Yes, because the eggs are fertilized plenty, and then you can have triplets, quadruplets, and all that. So it happens. It means that you ovulated twice that month.
That man.
Yes, so you can have 2 babies like twins, but everybody
Different
different
father.
fathers. Yes,
Hey!
it can happen.
So this one, if they ask for DNA test, how you do it?
And now the way the men are
Yes,
heavy
they will
on
do it.
DNA.
The men are so
They don't
heavy on
trust
D-
us.
DNA.
Yes, they will do it and they'll find out. They'll do it and find out.
Hey,
That's
So
serious.
the woman will be the person to tell, because having a DNA test done, you should have the man's
Approval.
either not even approval per se, but you should have something that will help you do either this hair something. So if your husband feels like this child is not mine, although they are twins, they have some behavior.
they look differently.
Yes, so he can do that, and normally those children are not in one sack; they are in different sacks because it's different eggs.
Wow.
Yeah. So if he does his, and then the other one, the test will prove that this one is not for you, then the lady has to answer to
This
that
one,
question.
you need to look at the one that
Things
looks like
are
the husband.
happening.
Yeah.
Then they'll do only DNA for that person. You send the results, because if you don't take care, they'll catch you. But you guys.
yeah.
And some people, also me, I have not experienced it before, but some people claim that during their periods, they have cramps in their legs and in their hands and their palms and all of that. Is that really a thing? Because I don't know about it at all.
You were looking at my face.
Hey, you're the expert here now.
I'm
You're the expert here.
But I can share an experience.
Please spill the tea.
Do we have cramps in our legs? I thought it's just abdomen though.
Yeah.
But then I think it's pain, because I experience that a lot when I'm menstruating, my knee and my feet. Like the pain is crazy. So yeah.
How is it like? Is it like you
It's
fell
like you
down?
feel weak.
Yeah.
Weak knees.
Yeah, your knees become so weak. So even when you are walking, you feel like you need something to hold.
Is it like rheumatism? Like, do you know what that feeling
I
is
don't
like?
no. It's not rheumatism. I know.
No, like, is that how the feeling is like?
Maybe more than that, depending
Maybe
on
more
the
than
severity.
It comes with pain.
Yeah, it comes with
comes-
severe pain.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that too a lot. That people even have menses in their palm.
They have what?
Menses in their palm. Like,
The blood flows.
they say it gets to that time when their palm become reddish. They can't touch anything. They can't hold anything.
I've heard that too.
And it will last for that number of days. And they will just be, their palm will be resting like that till it's over.
So if you
So they don't actually have menses, like they don't see blood.
But
And they
there's
have
the-
babies.
They are saving money for pad.
And they have babies. Yes.
Wow.
So
So
they're
I
not
thought
able
that
to
was
do
a
anything
myth.
with their palm.
Yes, it's
You can't
it's
cook,
filled.
nothing.
They have you can't do
Do they
anything.
bath?
I don't know that bad thing. Maybe they just forward somebody will bath.
Wow.
I don't
Because
know.
if you can do anything with your
Yes,
palm.
they say if the palm will be very reddish.
I've
and then-
never heard
So
this
where
in
does
my
the
life.
I've
blood
heard it.
go to?
I've never.
So where does the blood go to? That's the thing.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Question for the gods. Question for the gods.
I mean, we are different as women. Our bodies react differently.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it might be possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
But
are
can
really,
you get pregnant during your period, like when you?
Yes.
Period sex.
Yes, you can. No, you can.
some people do ovulate during their menses.
You
So
can.
there are so many people you are treating infertility.
It's because
I remember my in charge at then. She always says that when people come in, they are trying to have babies and all that. We have this family planning drugs that we can give to them. You don't take it, the pills. You don't take it all the time. You just be taking and forgetting, intentionally forgetting them. So she also tell you that when you go home in your menses, tell your husband to be having sex with you. Yes, and we have few instances that you have people like that. So some people, whilst they are ovulating, they are still having their menses.
but
Yeah, I
somebody
recently got to find out that, and I was like,
yeah.
oh, so
somebody might
At this
think
point,
it's
that
So
nasty.
is
at
what
that,
you
at
mean.
that, at that time, those
Because
people,
with all the things I'm hearing, this is the least.
Yeah.
Yes.
isn't
Somebody
it
will
Yeah.
think it's nasty
Yeah.
to have sex during your period, but it's somebody's solution to their problem.
yes.
wow.
Yeah. So
So
you
that
do
you just
you.
clean yourself and you'll be fine.
I mean, period sex. I don't think it's something bad.
Some people say it's a taboo
Yeah.
to have intimacy while
Yeah, that's because they
Once
feel
again,
the
have
blood
it.
is filthy.
dirty.
yes, the
Yeah.
blood is filthy.
Period blood is not a dirty blood. I think it's something that people need to know.
Honestly, I didn't know that till you mentioned. I thought it was dirty blood.
It's not. It's because pregnancy
Didn't
didn't
take place. Yes.
It's
That's
not
all.
a dirty blood.
So,
So the eggs are
for you
shed
to
enough.
have your menses, as soon as you ovulate, the mind tells the uterus, prepare yourself for a baby. That's all. So the uterine lines just thickened up, just become foamy to receive the egg that is coming, the fertilized egg. So if you don't have your menses, if you don't get pregnant, like the fetus, so when the egg is being released, it's being kept somewhere in the fallopian tubes for a number of days. So when the sperm meets it there, the fertilization takes place before it swims into. That is when, if the tubes are blocked, now when the fetus starts growing in the fallopian tubes where we call the ampulla, now it cannot swim and come into the uterus, then you get an ectopic pregnancy. Yes.
Right.
So as soon as you ovulate, the mind tells the uterus, you are coming to get pregnant, so prepare yourself. Naturally, so beautiful. Then it prepares itself, naturally waiting for a baby. When it does not happen, the egg will swim, come. So normally, when you start your menses, you notice that there is this slime. The blood looks very, it's the egg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it comes like that, and it's so beautiful. So it sheds off, and then the next cycle starts again.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
So you
has
see
been
that
very
you have all this
interesting.
breast enlargement. The breast is preparing itself for a baby. That's all.
Ah, okay.
You have the
just
breast
touching mine.
enlargement.
The pain is crazy.
Yeah, so that all the breast ducts and everything prepares itself for a baby. If it doesn't happen, it goes back to normal until the next cycle you ovulate again. Every part of your body is preparing itself for a baby. That time you look very
Is it
fresh.
related to feeling honey during that time?
Yes.
Like
that feeling.
It
like,
feels so
even
much
during
different
your
every time.
period,
Yes.
your period,
Yes.
that feeling is there, and after it's like after your period, you have that free time, and then it comes with the feeling, the
Yes.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's wow.
Because your body wants to
To have a
baby.
baby.
Interesting.
So beautiful.
Wow, this has been intriguing, very educative, and very interactive. And so I am very grateful to my guests today for such an amazing conversation. Make sure you tune in this and every week. This show is proudly brought to you by Marie Stopes International Ghana. And anytime you are facing issues like the ones we just discussed, you know that is the right place to go. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. This is Feel the Thesis with Abena Pacey. Bye.